count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. I'm too.
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Now I'm too rich, made 100K on my third shift. I'm a boy, so boy, no, I'm a gangster. And you a boy? Man, we been getting money for.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. Yo, I'm too up, brown blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, brother went to jail for them, told me.
An AFC Championship rematch, it's the coach.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Coming up, a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game between the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. Brady to Hogan for a big one. And even 50 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
This is caught. Gronkowski. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a carry for White. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. There's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now T.J. Yeldon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Bortles. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield.
Hey, you're one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Jackson able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards. Remember this Jacksonville D, 55 sacks a season ago.
I think they want to...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with...
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Brady and Edelman hook up for a big one. 51 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run for it. This is White. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. James White with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because...
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the 2nd quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you do.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Adrian Claiborne in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On the comebacker, complete. It's Cole. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Rob Gronkowski, 76 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Gronkowski now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. Just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
380.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
What they talk about, cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Ready to throw on second down. 57 to go in this first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, the coach is back. He made it through the first weekend. That's the good news, and he's going to regale you with stats and scores from around the NFL here in the early games in Week 2.
You think he questioned coming back for Week 2, having to work with us?
I think he did. He's just happy that he is far away in Orlando. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now Brady. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Brady going to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Gronkowski, the intended receiver.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, Bortles. His throw incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. That'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Brady, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The first carry down for Rex Burkhead. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Let's go, let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up 2nd down.
Now, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
But he hits his man, Matthews. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Jordan Matthews, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 52 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
They get it to him running left. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Well, there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now it's Patterson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive... I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Brady and Edelman hook up for a big one. 55 yards. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver. And Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the Briar Path.
Back now in Jacksonville. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Rex Burkhead, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded at the 8th. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Bortles gives to Yeldon on the draw. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, Bart, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from
Some days
experience,
they
the
got
first
that
few
rush
quarters,
hour.
you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And that's one of his advantages of a passer is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways. All right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything. And sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Then a couple
I
weeks
thought that was a
ago,
good call.
some
Passing
teammates,
situation on
about a
second
month
down.
ago,
They hit him with the draw instead, pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field, and they're only thinking one thing,
I
get
don't
to the
think they realized it was a big
Oftentimes you
win.
can bypass them with a
That's
running
probably why
play.
they jumped out of the left when they figured out it was a big win.
Now Bortles, gotta have this one. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete.
They still if they catch it. That's a big one.
In for the score. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Anytime a defense gets sent back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to stop.
Looked like I-4 on rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they work with the onus on the big fellas up front. They're going to bring this one home.
And a 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
And 2 of them got out
You
and
can
run
tell they
and
were
ran
hoping
and
for a
run on
flag
that
there
stupid
offensively.
flag.
Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
What's wrong with these little boys?
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there.
You ain't going to get away
Go
with
for
that.
it here
But all
on
these
4th.
police to be right here, somebody in the system.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And no, it's incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it
They told
over.
us to go out there and do crazy shit. They had nothing to do with you.
Bortles now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Paul.
He knows that. He doesn't know back 17 he's 30.
11 yards there for
He know
Jacksonville
that.
and a 1st
He
down
just
as
don't
well.
want it. He just
1st
don't
down
want
now,
it.
but that
That's
clock
what they'll say.
rolling.
Absolutely.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Just got out of it right back. He make no sense.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are back within a score.
Hello,
Okay,
I'm
game
at
on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
On the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that's absolutely immeasurable. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Again, they run through again.
Yeah, they could have killed that movie if you wasn't in the seat.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Brady going to get this one to Burkhead. Past another.
Oh, man.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as he'll get it still a minute 20 left to go in the game. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Pats do snap it. It's Brady. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't.
And they'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that. They have all their play sequences called. That allows them to hold and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. To throw is Brady. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. Nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps and allowing him to run with him stride for stride.
New England on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Brady. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
He got to do with all these other
That'll be a New England first down and gain of 12.
They don't think about that shit.
Hey, you got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
Brady to throw.
Then when the children start getting
Deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and following through all the way through. Go ahead and throw one more there. Why not?
She telling the truth. She a kid.
Goskowski with the extra point. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Goskowski now out to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stealing cars and shooting their parents and all that crazy shit. Oh, God.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Devin
I told you about that because he was starting to collect there for when he was going before it did that, but he was scared. He was scared.
Not a real good throw that time.
He
It
was
looked like
going
he tried to put a
like
little too much
man.
air under this one, and it turned into a
You don't be scared like you.
This is
What
a
the
dream.
hell,
He
no.
could have fair
He
caught
said, I
that
ain't
one.
scared of shit.
That
He
was
said,
way
I
too
see this
easy.
big old gun before him. He got a gun and he can kill us. I said, ooh, Jesus.
put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they
He
clicking
said, I
on
ain't scared of shit.
offense.
I blow and get your head off.
Feel great about
I said, ooh.
themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points. Continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.
Sometimes I be scared to go up by his store because he got all these little jitterbugs hanging around, little dope boys that be all in front of the store. I said, oh, Jesus. You got to go through about 10 of them to get to the door. So, what the hell? He's just hanging out.